The shareholder meeting was just a few days ago, and there was a whole lot said, a whole lot learned. But my question is, what wasn't said? What was missing? What did I want to see and others want to see that maybe we didn't get to see, and why? These questions and more will be answered by myself and perhaps even Herbert from Brighter, because he is brighter and he makes my day brighter. I'll give him that. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. Herbert, you do make my day brighter. It was so wonderful seeing you at the shareholder meeting. Everybody would, if you haven't been to one of these, even if you don't get a ticket, go to the after party, go to the pre-party, because you'll walk around and go, I know so many people in this room. And with, I would say, no exceptions, the content creators like us who show up, what you'll discover is we're really like this. This is what we're actually like, because we put out so many hours that we couldn't keep up a character. And it's great. So join us, won't you? Hey, there were a couple of things that weren't mentioned that I was really hoping to hear.
Okay.
We did hear a chip fab could be coming. What we didn't hear is solar gigafactory coming.
I've been waiting for that one for a long time, as you know.
As
I've
I
been
know.
saying that Master Plan Part 3 talked about energy generation, or 3 pillars of Master Plan Part 3, of which one is energy generation, and nothing's there. And then he's kind of like always poo-pooed any ideas of solar-based power. He keeps saying solar and batteries is the future, but there's been no announcement of solar gigafactory. So are you referring to like solar panels and?
Yes, not solar roof. That is in production, very limited production. It's outrageously expensive. But I mean, we've heard, before we heard what Master Plan 3 was, we heard it's all about extreme scale, which is what, of course, I use to weigh myself. But there is a need for domestic solar production. There are a few solar fabs in the country making some volume. It is increasing, but not in the way that perhaps a Tesla would. Why? Why are we not getting that?
First of all, he has said, so they're going to create space-based AI data centers. He's also talked about that the satellites that they sent out today with SpaceX or the Starlink, they're all energy generation through solar, right? So they know how to create, some sort of solar panels and so forth. But he did say that we're going to create, I think it's got to be local, which means that it's got to be on Earth, right? Terra-based solar, panels or something like that, solar energy generation, which I still think it's going to be solar powered, as opposed to, of course they're going to do power plants and nuclear. He already said, I don't think fusion is really the right answer unless you make it super big. I think the answer is solar, but he's not announced it. So I do think it's going to come, that it's going to be some part in Saudi Arabia or some part in the US and Texas, something like that says we've got an area. Whether or not they make it themselves or they buy it, some sort of partnership, I'm not sure about that, but that's what they need to do.
I agree. I was very disappointed to see no discussion of, we're tackling other big problems. A chip shortage could be a problem in the future, but solar shortage is a problem right now. Real quick note to the skeptics saying, what are you going to do? Tear down forests to build solar panels? No, we can put them over parking lots. We can put them over buildings. We can put them over agricultural land that thrives with a little bit of shade. You can actually have more productive agricultural uses when you have some shade sometimes. That's where you would start. And then you go to the desert, where there's pretty much just tumbleweeds. Not a whole lot out there. And the snakes don't mind the shade either. And it's funny, but it's true. So on that, I don't know, man. We need power generation, and we need it realistically about a year ago. And again, I think that for the time traveler thing, he knows what we need, and he knows his approach appears to be for energy, all of the above. Maybe not fusion. We've already got a fusion reactor. It's remotely located at the center of the solar system. It's pretty good, 1 star, but it does the trick. In terms of things that also weren't mentioned, Mexico. That's on hold.
The new some sort of new gig factory. Yeah.
Does it
Well,
matter? Do we need
well, I
it?
think there are announcements right now. Okay, so what was interesting was he did mention volume production of cars is growing significantly, 50% more next year.
Maybe he meant 50% louder volume.
What does
No?
that mean?
Well, volume is a measurement of noise, right? Okay,
Max
never mind. There's two of
11.
them. I got it.
Turn
I
it to
got
11.
it. Mhm.
Okay. But, so that was curious. But then we've all kind of understand now that if they're moving to an unboxed model, you can just increase capacity. And of course, this is your expertise, Brian. You know this really well.
Mhm.
But at some point, they're going to need to announce a new Megapack factory, and they're going to need to announce a new Gigafactory. And I probably not this year, but probably next year that they'll do that.
I'm very excited to see just expansion in markets where the supply chain is established and well
Right.
understood. They
Yeah.
have preliminary approval to expand to the north of the site in Giga Berlin, out in Brandenburg there, and that is probably where they would build it for the European market.
Mhm.
And the same is true. They would just get another parcel in Shanghai. Those would come out very quickly as well. But Mexico at this time, unfortunately, I think that is a mothballed site.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see that.
Hmm.
The other thing that wasn't mentioned, and I won't call anyone out by name, was additional human operated, full meat driven vehicles. We already know the Roadster exists,
Yeah,
will
using some sort of
exist.
apparatus maybe to control this, the direction the car is going to move to.
I love that Omar said I agree, and then posted Megapack with a steering wheel and Optimus with a steering wheel. Hop on his back and just give him a drive. I
Yeah.
want to drive my robot.
If well,
But
what Elon, he was asked the question directly. Elon was asked the question, which is, do you think that regulation? You have plans on building, millions of cyber cabs, but is regulation going to not be able to allow you to roll out those cyber cabs that are autonomous? And he said, I think that we're basically going to be on par. How many cyber cabs I create will be a regulation will approve it, referring to driverless cyber cabs. And so I thought that that should put to bed once and for all anybody who still thinks that, no, I think we need to create drivable cyber cabs and sell that to the public. I think Elon's moved on to the stage where it's everything we're going to build now is autonomous. Even Lars Morview, at just 6 months ago, 3 months ago, he said that the Roadster is going to be our last hurrah. This is going to be the
mhm.
last time that we create a drivable car, so we want to give it a little bit more extra love. And so, but then the argument would be that, well, the Cybercab's already been designed, so and it was designed in such a way that you can just put one in. So maybe still, but I just do not think that that's the plan at
what
all.
what I loved is Elon did address in his lighthearted way that he does. The Roadster isn't really about sustainable abundance. It's just a really amazing car. And I think that's important to point out. Even at a quarter million, even at 500,000, they may lose money on this project, but that's what Halo cars often
Yeah,
are. And
yeah.
if you're gonna go out of the human driven space with a splash, what a way to do it. Model Y will remain in production. I don't know if you've heard, but Model Y is fairly popular in every market in which it is sold, and
Hmm.
more markets are being added frequently. Maybe not every month, but just about. So it is still growing. And it is, I don't know if you've heard, a pretty good car. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
about 85 to 90% of people who buy it don't use the autonomy the way you and
Right.
I do. Uh, Even I was
It's going
talking
to
with
change.
someone
Yeah.
over the past week who has FSD and doesn't use it. He said, I just like to drive. I just like to
Yeah.
drive. It's like, great. Enjoy driving your selection of very good Teslas that have that opportunity. But the future,
I think that once again, Elon is promising that there's going to be unsupervised FSD in a couple months. Now, there's a lot of caveats to that. It could just be certain regions only, like we're going to do it in Austin for like, a certain area. It could be restricted. But boy, once that becomes a little bit more mainstream, the people who say, I like to drive, sure, you like to drive because it's fun. But do you like to drive more than you do to text? Do you like to drive more than you need to sleep? Do you like to drive more than you do watching movies? At that point, it becomes, oh, well, maybe today I'll drive, but right now, I'm, what I mean, like right now, it's either drive or not drive, but I'm still looking at the street. So I think that's the big change.
one thing I addressed in a video about a week ago was I had a viewer concerned that with the ease and affordability of a cybercab, maybe traffic would get much worse during commuting hours.
Yeah.
And I said it won't. I said it won't. It'll do the opposite. And here's why. The gate on how much buses and transit you can have is the park and ride. Park and ride spots are very expensive. $50,000, $80,000 if you're talking parking structures. If my cab can just take me to the park and ride and let me go from there, I would much rather do that. But if you start work after about 7:30, 8 a.m., you can't use mass transit unless you live close enough to walk because there's nowhere to park. And then what are you doing? Paying for parking? That's worse. That's dumber. And I don't think people will take the cybercab all the way to work unless there's some urgency. I think they'll take it to the park and ride. And now the park and ride can have more buses. The buses are, those routes are profitable. Those buses are full. They can have more buses more frequently for more of the day, and it would actually improve traffic. Am I crazy? Well, am
I
I
don't know.
crazy on this topic?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm,
I mean, there's some
I'm
things there that logic fails a little bit, but
because the bus is already faster
if I'm
than
on a
driving.
cybercab, I'm not going to take it to a park and ride, so I can take a bus.
I would, because the buses, at least in Seattle, it is much faster than driving because you wouldn't be in the carpool lane. The
Mm-hmm.
bus is.
Yeah. If
So
you're in a cybercab, you don't mind the length because you're working. But
also true. Or
yeah,
sleeping. That
sleeping,
is
right?
something you can do.
But I do think that at beginning, cybercabs are just going to replace Uber drivers and ride hail, and so there's no difference. And then eventually, once you're talking about in the future where it becomes more prevalent, you're talking about autonomy, so it's going to be a lot less traffic. Like even if you have the same number of cars, that part I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be more cars or not. I've heard different experts believe different things.
I welcome comments below on this topic. What do you guys think will happen? And I agree with what you said about regulation. I think there will be some areas like Boston who are moving to ban autonomy. Boston can hold out as long as they want, but all of their other competitors' cities, and cities are in competition, will have it available. And just by going in the states that already have direct approval, while waiting for
Yeah,
direct rather than tacit approval in the other states, is still going to be
Elon
more opportunity.
thanked Waymo because Waymo is just killing it. They're announcing one city after another. There's like 20 plus, there's so many places to go, including New York, Detroit, Chicago. Yeah, it's okay, Boston. You can sit in the sideline for now. The one thing I do think that they did not talk about that I was hoping to hear a lot more was robots. This is supposed to be Optimus. You saw the face of Optimus as being on the invite. It was, he was promising a troop of human or robots. We saw two, and it turned out that there was very little, if not any, new information on Optimus. He was a little bit more confident, and I covered that with CERN Basher, where CERN went through the details of what Elon talked about on Optimus, and it was much more. He's back to being very, huge, larger numbers than he was previously. But other than that, I didn't hear any new plans or new details about Optimus.
One of my viewers said he was at the shareholder meeting with us. He said he was back by the back corner and he got too close to the curtain and they were like, oh, nope, nope, you're too close. And he saw behind the curtain and he said he saw a fleet of gold bots back there that
Do you
were
believe
not.
him? Do you believe him?
I do believe him, but I don't mean that. I don't think that means we were going to see them. It could have been for the institutional VIP kind of people who were backstage just to look at. But I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe
I
that's the
don't know.
case. Yeah.
It didn't seem like the,
hmm
it didn't seem like a very juicy lie. And,
hmm
and it could be that, maybe they just, or maybe there was they wanted a perfect demo and they couldn't ensure a perfect demo. So who knows?
They
Uh,
dumped it. Yeah.
yeah. I did see Tesla make a whole lot of money selling hats, $300 cowboy hats. They're very
hmm
nice. They look great. I'm not buying a hat. Certainly not a $300 hat, and certainly not one that occupies so much physical space because those were
That's what a
bulky
hat is.
boxes. Well, the box is
The
just
boxes.
ginormous, and then you're going to
Yeah.
carry it around for the next 6 hours. That's crazy talk. Um, and to the people concerned about Elon's security team, you and I were there. They were
Yeah.
good. They were on
They were
point.
good.
There was a lot of visible
Yeah.
ones, and I'm confident 4 times as many invisible ones.
Yeah.
They were
The people in front of me, I was in the second row, and the people in front of me were all the dignitaries or, the roped off
Mhm.
areas, the
or
board
the
members.
board. Mhm.
And then the people in front of me, at first I was going, who is this guy? Because like, is he a board member that I don't recognize? And then it just like later dawned on me. I'm sitting in front, the guy in front of me is just a security guy. And he's
Right.
like always looking at me, looking backwards, looking around. And obviously it dawned on me a little bit. But at first I thought, oh, it's supposed to be the board member sitting here. Who's this board member? It's like,
Who's this solo big dude by himself?
actually, the guy in front of me was not big,
Oh,
but I think that they were like, a couple board members, and then they were
yeah.
separated by people that you don't know because they're security guards. Yeah.
They also kept the chairs zip tied together so
Mm-hmm.
that a ne'er do well couldn't force their way through or chuck a chair.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
and it also
Good
meant that
observation.
yeah,
Yeah.
it also meant that we got to sit like this the whole time, which is
Mm-hmm.
also, I was like, you know what? I don't know you, guy next to me, but I'm putting my arm around you because doesn't that feel better? And he's like, honestly, it does. So that's what we do at shareholder meetings, you guys. It's a lot of fun. And we got to see great people. Hey, Herbert, thank you so much for hanging out. Was there
Thank
anything
you.
else that you didn't hear that you wanted to hear?
I got to give some more thought, but I mean, let's put it the other way around. I thought that we heard a lot more than we were expecting. Like a lot, like the next quarter we're
Yes.
going to get FSD in China and Europe. Obviously, the big chip fab facility, the new Tesla semi design, Cybercab's going to now be April. I mean, just the list is pretty long.
Yes.
That was all new information that we hadn't been told previously. So I'm okay that they didn't talk about certain things,
And
except for what
EV
we talked
Check
about now.
has permission to say they're giving away a Tesla. Thank you,
Hmm.
Justin, for bringing that up.
Hmm.
And I would also add that Elon put in a lot more qualifying words. These are aspirational numbers versus these ones. This is where we're at, pending regulatory approval. I think he's grown up a little on the front
Hmm.
of not being overly optimistic in ways that would mislead investors who share his optimism. Guys, in the comments, what do we miss? What do we misunderstand? Head over to Brighter. Check out Herbert's amazing channel. Join Herbert, myself, and Nick Gibbs every Wednesday at noon Pacific, 11 a.m. Pacific for our weekly live stream, 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I'm tired, man. It's been a long week. Everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots on the flippity flop.